What if you have a situation where you don't have a contract with somebody, um, but you've been put to loss and they've got a benefit? Can you make a claim even although there's no contract? Well, on many occasions, people carry out work or spend money which benefits someone else in circumstances where there isn't a contract, either because people haven't done what's necessary to establish one, or because the circumstances are such that no contract's been entered into. Can you make a claim? Well, potentially you can. This is an area of the law called unjustified enrichment. It's also called restitution. And the leading case is a 1998 Court of Session case called Shillady against Smith. And in that case, a Miss Smith acquired a house in a dilapidated condition. And her fiance, Mr. Shillady, spent quite a lot of money on improvements in the expectation that they were going to get married. Now, in the event they didn't get married, and the court found that he was entitled to compensation because he wouldn't have spent that money had he not thought that marriage was going to take place. So, in this area of the law, unjust enrichment, for a person to succeed in a claim, it's necessary to show that the other person has been enriched, so the other guy gets a benefit, that the enrichment has been at your expense, and crucially, there must be no legal ground justifying the retention of the enrichment. It's also got to be fair and reasonable in the circumstances for compensation to be paid to you. Now, this third ground can sometimes be problematic. The leading case for that third leg is a case called Dollar Land. And in that case, parties entered into a lease and the tenant substantially developed Cumbernauld Town Centre, and that was obviously fantastically valuable for the landlord. However, the lease said that if the rent wasn't paid, the tenant could be evicted and wouldn't be entitled to any compensation for improvements made to the land. Now, in the event, it's quite complicated, but the tenants didn't pay the rent, they were evicted, and the landlord just kept the benefit and didn't pay any compensation. And so, as you can understand, the tenants sued, and the court held that they were not entitled to any compensation, even although the landlord had been massively enriched by the development, because the lease anticipated exactly this situation.